Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of my F124 My Team Career Mode. We're back in the regular paint scheme, slightly tweaked paint scheme with a little bit more red on the halo, adding the new AI sponsor in the proper colours, and yeah, this car is really just coming together now and looking beautiful. The collaboration of myself with Maserati. Guys, if you haven't seen the previous episode, go check it out, link in the top right, for Imola, where we ran a special one-off livery. Now, based off the comments from that video, I've finally taken the hit. We are disabling mechanical failures, so we can no longer blow up, at least for the foreseeable future. Let's try and have some normal races. Now, I've sent all that footage off to Cody, so hopefully we can get somewhere and get that fixed. But anyway, let's talk about today's race, Monaco. Big round here today, which should be exciting as I really enjoy this circuit, and we're going to keep the tradition going by doing it in cockpit view. Now, the forecast is dry. Last race we had a failure on the energy store, so we are going to have to take a grid drop later on this season, but for now we're going to take our second unit, and look how many parts we've got in terms of casualties already. Anyway, for this weekend on the car we have an update on the aerodynamics for the energy store cells, but the engine power upgrade has failed. Now, I went ahead and repurchased that at the end of the last episode, so the cylinder head is on its way, and the monocoque structure is an additional upgrade I purchased. Also, I have finally changed the color to fix the line bug in the R&D graph, so we just overtake VCarb heading into this weekend's race at Monaco. So our next target is Aston Martin, and to be fair, they've just fallen a bit away from the top 4 teams, so it could be game on here. So let's see how it goes, and let's try and hopefully develop and make some progress. Now, we jump into practice and it didn't get off to the best of starts. Now, our first lap we actually fouled the R&D program, which wasn't ideal. That aside, we kept on pushing, kept on driving. Eventually we got into a rhythm and started to find our pace, and you can see now on our last lap we've hit our target.
Program complete and a job well done. We got some excellent data with that run, so come on back to the garage and I can take you through the numbers.
Now, if you guys want my camera settings for cockpit view, it's on my F124 game settings video, which is public. Go search it and you'll find it. It's on my channel. I've got all my camera settings for every single car, every single camera, and my wheel settings. It's all there. Those are the ones that I'm using in this one. Now, pace-wise, our third lap was the best. Generally, though, quite consistent. Our average pace was looking pretty good. We finished in P20, though. Even Jamie Chadwick went quicker than us, and we're quite a way off the pace. Now, Monaco is one of those tracks where you really have to dial it in and get in the zone and get in the sweet spot. Now, one thing I could tell, I do think our car doesn't particularly suit this track, because historically the AI have been easy to beat. But I feel like there's not a ton more pace in the car, and we might be having a bit of a struggle here, at least based off practice. Either way, we're now going to jump into qualifying and confirm if I'm right or if I'm wrong.
Not all qualifying sessions are created equal. From the moment that a driver sits in a go-kart, they want to end up here, in the pit lane, ready and raring for qualifying at the Monaco Grand Prix.
Now then, here we go. Time to put our theory to the test, and let's see if we have pace or if we don't have pace. Now, I was trying to ramp things up, and this first lap felt okay, to be fair. Definitely, it helps having fresh soft tyres, low fuel, extra power modes, but we've got a bit of traffic ahead, and it's Magnussen who stacks it into the barrier and DNFs from qualifying as he rips his front left suspension entirely off of its car. Now, I'm guessing because a blue flag might have just got triggered for the AI as I was approaching, and he just kind of veered off his racing line a bit and hit the barrier. So that was a bit of a distraction, I won't lie, and this lap obviously was a bit of a cautious first attempt. Over the line we go though. What is it, a 1:10.3, but we're last, and we're 1.3 seconds off Esteban Ocon, which is surprising. Jamie Chadwick has gone quicker than us by 8/10 as well, so we need to find some time, and we straight away get to work and go for a second push lap, and we're 4/10 up. And now when we arrive at the point of accident from the previous run, we find another 4/10 on top of what we already had. So slight correction into the back, but we're still carrying good speed through here, and we're north of a second as we're now flying through the swimming pool complex into La Rascasse. Bit of a lock up on the right front on the way in, and now through Anthony Nogues, the final corner, we open the DRS, use the battery, and up to the line we go. It's going to be an improvement, 109.1, but only P16, and that was genuinely a pretty decent lap. Now, interestingly, the margins are actually quite close. We're not a million miles off from the top 10, so our position probably looks worse than what our pace actually truly is. Now, we went out on track, put some fresh tyres on, got a nice bit of clear track, and we are going to go for another push lap. This time, fully committed. Into turn 1, third gear, really attacking the first curb. Didn't get the best of exits, and we lose a bit of time on the run up to turn 4. Through Massenet, just keep it tight through here as we now hit Casino. Bit of a brush of the wall on the way out, but we got the line perfect through there. And now into Mirabeau, just hugging the apex, and now into the Lowe's hairpin. Just want to kiss that inside curb, let the car rotate through this little tricky right, just be patient. And now Portier, we go in a little bit early. I just had to correct my steering input a little bit, and that did affect my exit. Now, we're only up by three quarters of a tenth, which is not a lot, but we do fully send it through the Nouvelle chicane into back as well. We also commit, we brush the wall on the way through, and this final sector, as you saw with Max Verstappen in real life in 2023, you have to commit, and we are really giving it everything on this one as we find even more time to go half a second up, and this is going to put the cat amongst the pigeons as we cross the line and go P8 with a purple sector 3, 108.6. However, can we go quicker? We've got time for one more. Let's dance around Monaco. Unfortunately, we're just not quite going to improve. We really kind of overdrove and committed to that lap, and it got a bit messy. Now, to be fair, the next car, George Russell, is a tenth and a half ahead, so there is quite a gap. So I think P9 was probably what we deserved on the day. And for the first time on this game, I believe, we do not get pole around Monaco, and kind of confirming what I mentioned in practice. I feel like we don't quite have the car for it around here, and we do just lack a little bit of pace. So it's going to be a tricky Monaco race. It's not going to be a walk in the park, a pole to race win conversion. This is going to be a struggle, and we're going to have to really work for a result here. So hopefully, guys, enjoy the race. Trust me when I say it's going to be pretty spicy. I'm going to give it everything to try and make some bold, audacious overtakes and really commit and give you guys a show using cockpit view and just basically going full send, balls to the wall, every single wall, and see if we can try and hopefully find something. So yeah, qualifying done. It's now time for the main event.
A proper road race, and in the true meaning of the word. That's how Mr. Monaco, the late great Graham Hill, once described this iconic event. The cars we drive have come a long way in the intervening half century, but we still race on those same public roads beside the Mediterranean. There is no victory more coveted than that of the Monaco Grand Prix. The astonishing Circuit de Monaco is, for all intents and purposes, virtually unchanged since its inaugural race back in 1929. The faster cars of today ensure the 19 corners past the casino and along the seafront remain as thrilling as ever. A 2.1-mile lap here takes us around an entire country, yet never more than a few inches away from the race-ending barriers. Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks like for today's race. It's Carlos Sainz in pole position, and it's Charles Leclerc in P2. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Oscar Piastri, Hamilton, Verstappen, Norris, Perez, Russell, Martinez, Fernando Alonso, Ocon, Ricciardo, Stroll, Gasly, Tsunoda, Hülkenberg, Bottas, Joe, Chadwick, Sargent, Magnussen, and Alex Albon picks up the last spot on the grid. Which of these talented drivers will come out on top today? Welcome to the commentary box. I'm Alex Jakes, delighted to say that we're joined today by Anthony Davidson. I love this moment in the weekend. Put us in their shoes right now. What are they feeling on the grid?
You've got to know, you've got to have a pre-race game plan. You've watched videos before you get into the car of previous races gone by. You know where you have to place your car if X, Y, or Z happens in front of you or behind you. So having this clear game plan is absolutely essential before you get in the car.
Now this is quite rare for me. Monaco, P9. Usually I've struggled during weekends, but I've managed to put it together and get pole or a very good front row start. In this particular situation, we don't have that advantage. So we're starting right in the middle of the pack, P9. So what are we doing on strategy? I'm going to start on hards. I'm going to try and see if I can make it work. It was actually the default strategy anyway by the game. So I'm not changing much. Fuel-wise, I'm going for 0.2 extra, not a lot. I was thinking I could start on mediums, match the AI, be aggressive in the first stint, and then potentially undercut, which is the best way to get track position around here. But if I can make the hard tyres work and have good pace at the end of the stint, a one-lap overcut may not be the worst thing in the world. So let's see. I think this could work, but we have to try and stay competitive and be close for when the pit stop phase arrives. And when it does, be ready to push and hopefully have some tyres left. So let's get into it. We know the car is not going to blow up, so let's get to work. Interestingly, the majority of cars seem to be on the hard tyre, so I guess we'll all be on the same strat, but an undercut is definitely still possible now with that in mind. So let's see how we get on. We've got Alonso on mediums right behind, which is going to be a threat. I haven't really got any tyre temp either, so yeah, the slowest formation lap of the year. Always going to be tricky, but anyway, we'll try and line up aggressively and hopefully get a good launch. Here we go. Let's get to work then. Lights on at Monaco. Not a bad launch, but nowhere to go. Into turn one, we get chopped off at the nose there. Alonso turns in, so I just had to completely get out of it. Slight contact. So we're down to P10, as I feared. Alonso getting a fast start on that medium tyre. Anyway, this is going to take a couple of laps of just getting used to everything. Tyre temps. We are going to try and get that place back. But it's just so hard because you can't get any momentum on the inside of the Lowe's hairpin. Got a bit of too wide action behind there. Ocon, Ricciardo going at it. Ricciardo getting through also on medium tyres. But this should be a fairly straightforward race as we have a snap. Tyres are still not up to temperature yet. Oh, lots of understeer there as well.
Right, Right, drop your speed. Our delta's too low and we're going to risk a penalty. Slow your pace immediately.
Right, we've got a VSC, got a pile up out of the Nouvelle chicane. If I'd started mediums now, I'd box the hards and go to the end, and that would be a free pit stop. Instead, we're going to have to continue on our way. Incident cleared, so the VSC should be over shortly. VSC ending. Ooh. Wow, that was close.
Okay, VSC ending. We're going green. Maintain positive delta until the green flags.
I lost momentum, so Ricardo was pretty close to me there. And we've lost a lot of time to Alonso because of that restart time. So I don't think we're going to have DRS on the pit straight. Not a huge issue, but you know, every little helps around here. So we're going to have to just fend for ourselves for a little while. I don't feel quick. Our car isn't that competitive around here, I don't think, anyway. So we're going to have to dig in this race and work hard to
Tyre condition still looking good.
make things work. I'm running a bit deep into turn 1. Just can't quite settle in. Cold tyres at the start and the VSC. I need to just get my tyres nicely in the zone and just find a rhythm. At the minute, I'm not feeling too confident. Right, this lap is a lot better. 1.1 seconds up on my previous. Now I can say we're on the correct pace. Let's keep it rolling. There we go, into the 112s. That's a better lap. Matched Alonso on that last one, just about. If I go quiet, I can lock in and focus. This is really taking a lot of concentration, but you can see we've now dropped Ricardo. 1:11.6. That's a really good lap. That's more like it. Gap now under 3 seconds to Alonso, but we are out of battery either way. That's the sort of pace we can do, but I've got to really lock in. This is good pace. Now we're making some good inroads. We'll get a chance to hopefully re-overtake Alonso in a few laps once his tyres start to let go. I'm hitting, brushing so many walls. No big contact, but literally just kissing barriers all the time. I'm sure my tyre wear is going to be looking pretty rough because the game adds tyre wear when you hit walls. And there you go, front's pretty knackered. Normally the rears go off around here, so I'd say my true accurate tyre wear is my rears, not my front. The good thing is, it doesn't accumulate, so basically my fronts will stay at 18 now until the actual tyre wear catches up, and then it'll start to go up, unless I keep hitting walls, and it'll keep on going up. Either way, pace is still good, and we're making good progress. We're nearly there. Right, we've arrived. Excellent Nouvelle chicane there to really close in. So we now have DRS on Alonso, who has lost DRS on Perez. So overtake could be possible here, but we need to prepare and to get the battery charged. To be fair, I don't even think the overtake will happen here. I think it might happen somewhere else. Oh, first signs of rear tyre wear there. That just cost me a chance to overtake. I'm literally pushing Alonso through turn 1. I was having a little look there, but no way through. Oh my god, I just can't get the traction there now. My corner entry wasn't great. This is where Monaco gets frustrating. Oh, that's a bit better. I'm just a bit far. I think La Rascasse is going to be our best spot, although this time we've had a good exit out of turn 1. Just not quite able to get enough straight on speed behind me to challenge. Mirabeau here is also not a bad option, but I've got to really get the exit spot on out of Casino. This is it. This is it. We're close. Up the inside of the Nouvelle chicane. Did not expect that on this game. We've got it. And we've still got a few laps until the pit window, so we can try and catch him past Perez maybe. Might be able to nab some DRS here off of Checo. Yes, we have. Great lap so far. This one, really good lap. And there we go. Leclerc pits off mediums. Assuming Sainz has gone for the same tyre strategy. Now we can either try to pass Perez or box the undercut. I assume Max Verstappen will box on the lead lap like myself, the primary lap, so the teammate will get the backup lap. So we'll naturally get a lap to undercut Perez anyway, so we're not going to rush into boxing extra early. Not close enough. First attempt. Sainz pits. That was a nice turn one. Good exit as well. We hit the wall, which might give us a bit more tyre wear. But right now, we're starting to knock on the door of Checo. Oh, I could have gone for that. I could have gone for that. That's another overtaking spot, I think. Another good exit there. Not as close as we were with Alonso. Leaving room. And Checo holds on. Damn it, had to get that. We'll keep pushing through here. We might be able to launch one into Larascas. Yep. Well, we use our car as a weapon. Still side by side, but we go through. Hitting all sorts of walls. That was a...
We're approaching the pit window and you're going to be on mediums.
pretty dirty overtake. Not in terms of, you know, it was a horrible one, just dirty in the sense that we hit multiple walls. But it was, the move was on. I thought it was a fair move. Good racing though. Anyway, let's try and open a gap and try and close in on Russell, who's now 5 seconds up the road. If Russell is the second choice Merc driver and Hamilton pits on the lead lap, then we might have a shot undercutting George now, if we can close in a little bit.
In this lap, push now.
Right, crucial lap. We're pushing, we're catching George. We'll get this under 4 seconds and then we'll see if we'll get the shot to undercut if we box this lap.
Remember, box this lap. Keep an eye on your distance to the speed limit line as you approach and make sure you don't speed.
Right, in we go. Russell stays out. This is it. This is our shot. Hamilton pits, we're going to hold up Verstappen as well. This is massive. We might get a shot here. This outlap has to be perfect. And no traffic. We need a good stop. Great stop, 2.4. No issue, no trouble. Back underway.
That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops. Let's go.
Oh, we got some traffic. This isn't good. Hopefully, they'll pit this lap. We're right here. We've arrived. We're going to get held. I need to just run it in none. Hopefully, they'll box and get out of my way. Straight through on Gasly. Can't waste any time. Even though he's pitting. Right, let's see. Russell's a pit exit. Oh, he's ahead. There he is. Damn it.
Jamie's coming in for a stop.
It would have been close if I'd had clean air. Because sector 3 I'm very strong, but it would have been close. I think it was maybe a bit too much of a gap to climb, but oh my god, we nearly made it. Let's see. Could be a similar stint to the first one now. We might be a bit slow on the fresh tyres, but when the tyre wear kicks in, we could be fast at the end. I've got to try and manage my tyres and maybe brush a few less walls and give myself a bit better tyres for the end, hopefully. Yellow flag. What's happened here? Who is it? Someone mechanical? No? I have no idea what's happening. Verstappen, Piastri side by side. There's a chance here. for us to have a look at Russell, although they now go single file. I think Piastri's in trouble because the cars in front are pulling away. Oh my god, they're so quick in the corners. Having a look. That's just no grip there at all. Look at that, he just got completely beached on the curb. Need to see what happened there. I do wonder if I'd stayed out, I could have jumped all this, because at the minute, the pace is all over the place with these guys. I don't know what happened. We've got DRS, but look at the lap times. I was basically matching my PBs on the hard tyres, albeit that wasn't my PB on the hards, but I was super consistent. I just wonder if I'd stayed out, what would have happened. I'd have to run some numbers after the race. Hello. Surprise, surprise. Outside line sneak attack. Up to P7. If they won't let you have the inside, then attack the outside. Great, great move there. This is for a podium, by the way. The front of this train. I can already feel the AI are not as quick anymore. Possibly struggling on tyres. And I've got a lot of pace. I've been keeping my nose very clean so far this stint and not brushing any barriers. So our tyres are looking good and they're nice and consistent on wear. If I can just get through, you know, like a car every 3 laps, we might have a shot at having a look at the podium. We're going to do it again. What's happened there? I'm going to let him have that one. Pushing him through, having to wait. I want the inside line. Into turn 1 we go. Even room. And now we're going to race up the hill. And we've got it. Let's go. Let's freaking go. Whoa, Piastri there getting a bit loose. Through Nouvelle. Possible opportunity to overtake. We bottom out on the curb and get a warning on the way through the swimming pool. Piastri hits the inside barrier. Straight through, thank you very much. The AI make mistakes when under pressure, as we saw with Magnussen in qualifying. A little bit deep there into turn 1. But we've given ourselves a shot now to get this podium. Leclerc's got damage. Look at the front two, how far away they are. Hamilton and Sainz, they're completely gone. So this isn't AI's true pace. We've been given a bit of a lifeline here with Leclerc's damage and Norris unable to get past him with DRS. Oh, that was a bit.
Okay, we think the underbody's incurred some slight damage, but nothing too serious at the moment. Just be careful.
I left plenty of room on the inside, or at least I think I did, but bit of damage. Gotta be careful. Hopefully the car feels okay. Let's try and get to Leclerc and let's get this podium. Second warning. Let's calm down. I'm getting a bit desperate now. I can see the podium and I'm pushing. Leclerc obviously has some sort of damage. I think Norris does as well now. But look at this, we're right here. Only thing is, my rears are starting to let go. So overtaking, it's going to have to be a creative one. As you can see. The traction isn't there. It could happen here though. Let me see. Oh my god. Woo. Straight down the gap. Leclerc shut the door, but we committed big time. My goodness me.
No need to to worry about the tyre condition for now. Everything's looking good.
That is a freaking podium. Now let's just disappear and get away from these guys.
Green flag.
Someone hit the barrier behind? Or someone DNF'd? Stroll out the session. Too late for a safety car. Could get a VSC, but nothing. So now we'll bring it home. There we go. Carlos Sainz wins at Monaco and fends off Hamilton, who picks up the fastest lap of the race. 2 warnings, but we kept it clean and didn't get the penalty. We pulled off some audacious, bold, aggressive moves. Race pace was pretty decent, besides the first part of the race. And crucially, we maintain our 100% podium record when we finish a race. I did not expect that, but we got lucky today for a change. We'll take it.
Well done, mate. Well done. That's a great finish. You've really stepped up and achieved what we asked you to do today, so good job.
The Spanish driver will look up and see the checkered flag first. Carlos Sainz takes the win.
A great display of dominance today by this driver. They led from lights out to the flag at the end, led every lap of the race. Brilliant stuff by them, and excited to see what more they can do in future races.
Ferrari are at it again. An excellent performance at today's Grand Prix, and they're certainly a team that know what they're doing out there.
Wow, that was an absolutely incredible race. I mean, I didn't stop for 39 laps pretty much, suffering in the first part, pushing at the end of the first stint to try and make up some lost time, pushing on the outlap undercut and then pushing to stay with the guys. And then we got a bit of respite for a few laps when we was following Russell, and then eventually at the end pushing to try and overtake and get to the front. But what a fun race, really enjoyed that. Monaco masterclass. Absolutely insane, the War of Monaco, and we pick up a massive podium, and that's a much needed point, especially because Verstappen finished P7, so that is a really big moment. Further down, Jamie Chadwick, P19 ahead of Logan Sargent, and then Lance Stroll and Zhou Guanyu retiring from the race. Jamie, to be fair, only a couple of seconds off Magnussen and Bottas, and not too far off Hulkenberg, Gasly and Albon. So yeah, let's look at the standings. Verstappen leads, we're back up to 4th, equal on points with Perez, but we're ahead on count back as we have won 2 races. There's quite a gap to Norris, to be fair, quite a substantial gap. And then Sainz in P2. In the Constructors, we of course we maintain 5th and pull away from Aston Martin, and we keep Mercedes in our sights, which is fine, that will do. But I think the target is 5th, beat Aston Martin and take it from there in the short term. Anyway guys, that is it for today's episode. Hopefully you enjoyed. Like, subscribe for an actual race finish in the points on a podium. And yeah, hopefully I'll see you guys in the next one, and hopefully you enjoy the episodes in the future. As always, a massive shout out to the members for supporting the channel, the content and the videos. Also check out the 2 videos on screen right now, and hopefully you give them a shot and you might enjoy. But yeah guys, cheers for watching, and I'll see you next time. Ciao.